Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here, and we're continuing to take our look into some of the Netflix released Transformers. And right here we've got an interesting case. This is the Sparkless Bot. Now the Sparkless Bot is of course one of the zombie characters that was featured in the SIEGE cartoon on Netflix. And of course this is only one of two that has been released. There is a Seeker one released as well, but I don't have that one. This one of course was sent to me for my birthday. It was sent to me by my friend Heather. So Heather, thanks for sending this to me. I know I thanked you in an email, but I still want to give you a shout out for sending this awesome figure to me. And of course, we'll address the obvious fly in the room. He is a repaint character. It is, mold for mold, a redo of the SIEGE Barricade toy, complete with similar accessories. The only thing that's really different about the two is the paint job. All in all, what also helps make this toy somewhat special is the fact that he is also a generic character. Generic characters are not very common in the Transformer toy line. There have been some in previous lines, but they are few and far between. Generic characters like this are quite commonly used as army builders among adult collectors, especially if they are fortunate enough to have the space to display them in a battle scene. Having some generic guys to be blasted and laying down dead allows you to keep some of your more favorite characters up and blasting. And as I said, this is a rare thing for the Transformer line. Even back in the Generation 1 era, we wanted some generic characters, and there was even openings for generic characters. But Hasbro never made us generic guys, even though for their same time produced toy line of G.I. Joe, a real American hero, the Cobra forces constantly had generic troops being made. So, I guess us Transformer fans just had to wait. Alright, let's start off by taking a look at the Sparkless Bot's accessories, and we'll start with his guns. Just the light here. These are exactly the same mold of gun that Barricades are, but they are molded in a different color. Of course, they can be connected together, or they can be separated into two guns. Alright, we'll show you a color comparison here. This is the Sparkless Bot's gun, and... oops, wrong gun. We'll make it match so that nobody criticizes that. And here's the one from Barricade. As you can see, the Sparkless Bots come in a dark gray, almost black plastic, and Barricades are done up in a lavender color. Now, of course, since the guns do separate, you do have the option that the Sparkless Bot can hold them as one combined weapon, or he can hold them as one in each hand. Or even better, as you saw on my Barricade figure, the guns can be mounted onto his shoulders. Or, if you would rather the gun not be seen at all, well, we just reconnect them together and then plug them into the hole on the light bar, and the gun is kept totally hidden. But of course, since we also have that, and that's also a loose piece on Barricade, we should take a look at this. This is his light bar, and it's done up pretty much in trans black plastic, whereas Barricade's here is done up with the center in black plastic and the lights being in trans purple plastic. So, he does have the same accessories, but you will need to make sure they are in these appropriate colors. Alright, let's take a look at the Sparkless Bot's articulation, and since he is basically a repaint of Barricade, he will have the same articulation. His head can turn from left and right, and it will rock up and down as it is on a ball joint. His arms can be raised out to the side, about so far, and you can rotate his arms all the way at the shoulder. You will have to move the door out of the way to get it to move all the way. You can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep, so he has the famous G.I. Joe battle grip. He can be twisted at the hip. His legs can be spread apart into a full splits. His legs do twist at the thigh, but only about so far. You can raise his leg up at the hip 90 degrees, and you can bend his leg at the knee almost 180 degrees. So you get a wider range of posability for a zombie transformer. Now, of course, we're going to transform him. As we stated earlier, he is the same as Barricade, so it is a very simple transformation process. First thing we're going to do is we raise the arms up all the way out like so. You make sure the shoulder pad, for his shoulder pads here, that this hole is facing the top. Because then we're going to rotate them so that now the tire is facing up top. Then next we separate this piece here from just above his waist, and we'll fold the entire chest unit up and all the way to the back. Then next you will take this protrusion right here, and you're going to fold it down and attach it to the hood of the car. Then you'll take the waist piece here in the back, and you're going to fold it inwards so that it helps keep that hood piece down. And then we'll readjust the hinge here so that it brings his head underneath the car. We're going to come down here, we're going to twist him at the waist. You may have to shift this bit a bit to get it totally clear. We come down here to his feet, and we are going to fold the feet inwards, like so. And then you will plug the feet together, and then we fold them down at the ankles and at the knees. Again, you may have to shift this piece out of the way to fold his legs underneath, all the way under his feet. And then, of course, we can realign the top portion of the car so that it all merges seamlessly together, like so. Then we're going to come back here, and we're going to fold the arms inwards so that his shoulders touch the sides of his head. And then we fold the arms downward. And then we make some necessary adjustments to the body as we plug the doors into the side of the car. As you can see, there's a hole right here at the bottom near the rear fender. And it may be hard to see on the camera, but there is a small hole right here in the windscreen. You just line up the posts that are in the door and connect them. And then there you have it. The Sparkless Bot turns into a rusted car. Or, since you do have the light bar, you can just mount the light bar on top. And he's a rusted out police car. And of course, for attack mode options, you can mount the guns together on the top of the light bar. Or probably go like a fair amount of people and just plug them into the empty holes that are on the hood. Now, of course, how does he roll on his little plastic tires? Actually, he rolls pretty good. And, of course, for comparison's sake, there's Barricade right next to him. And you can pretty much see the similarities, just that the Sparkless Bot has considerably more rust than anything that resembles paint. At any rate, we now get down to my thoughts. What do I think of the Sparkless Bot? In all actuality, I do like the Sparkless Bot. The only real gripes that I have is that basically he's a repaint of Barricade. And let's face it, Barricade was also used for the molds to make Prowl and Blue Streak in the Siege line. So the toy kind of got a little overused. Then there's also the fact that, shown here on the box, they have the toy listed as a Decepticon, and in reality, as we saw in the cartoon episode, the Sparkless Bot only attacked the Autobots due to the fact that they were after their own sparks. So they really weren't under Decepticon control or loyal to the Decepticons. They were basically a Cybertronian version of the horror monsters that we know as zombies. So, pretty much, if you wanted to, you could set this up as basically we now have Resident Evil Cybertron. Had to throw that out there, folks. I've been through Village twice already. Gotta have my fun running through Castle Dimitrescu, so that's always a blast. But at any rate, this is a nice toy. It's very interesting. I'm very glad for my friend sending it to me for my birthday. Maybe someday I'll track down the Sparkless Seeker, and we'll see how that one is, but let's face it, the Seeker, the Tetris Jet style, kind of got overdid in the Siege line, and I'm not really looking forward to seeing yet another one in such a short time frame. At any rate, that concludes my review of the Netflix Sparkless Bot. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and join our ranks. Make sure to ring the bell so you get notified when we post new content. We'd also like it very much if you would like this video and share it with your fellow collectors. That's what helps this channel grow. And please do share your thoughts about the Sparkless Bot in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.